Pro, we have received the information that President Joseph Biden, just before he leaves his power as President of the United States after Trump's winning in the elections of this year, Joseph Biden approved that Ukraine send long range missiles deep inside Russian territory. They receive European and American made missiles that can strike deep inside the heartland of Russia, but they were not authorized. The Ukrainians were not authorized to use these missiles. Vladimir Putin, the president of the Russian Federation, said that any attack using American or European made weapons of long range as offensive against Russia territories and their people will declare an official war on NATO and or the United States of America. The move from President Biden to authorize the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to use American-made long-range missiles inside Russia is two things. One, destabilize the government of the United States in the transition of power. Should a war arise between United States and Russia, the President of the United States, Joseph Biden, may remain in power due to the emergency situation of imminent war against the United States and its territories. And or two, second possibility is that in the takeover of President Donald Trump, reelected in January 20th, then Donald Trump will have a war in his hands. Opposite to his previous tenure, there was no wars in development during his tenure as 45th president, now as the 47th president, with a trifecta effect. Now the president, the House, and the Senate are under Republican control. Now it's going to be a major issue for the American people to try to counter Vladimir's counterattack if Ukraine and the government use American-made missiles deep inside the Russian territory. This is very complicated. It's a bad decision from our president, Joseph Biden, to go ahead and give the permission to Ukraine to attack Russian territories using our long-range missiles. Watch and pray, people. Watch and pray, because the situation is getting out of control. It looks like it is out of a sudden. No, this is planned. This is planned. Like I said, two possible outcomes: that Joseph Biden may remain in power during a possible direct confrontation with Russia if Ukraine attacks Russia before the change of government between Biden and Trump, or Trump, when he takes power, he might have a war in his hands. We already got a situation in Israel. We have the situation in Ukraine. We have a potential situation in Taiwan. We may have a potential situation with China or North Korea. Iran is preparing with a counteroffensive against Israel, and Israel just attacked one of the nuclear facilities of Iran. So we are definitely in World War III ever since 2 years ago when Russia invaded Ukraine on the east side. Watch and pray, because you don't know on what time does the Lord come. You better be repentant. You better call upon the name of Jesus. You better be washed in the blood of Christ. You better be born again, because we don't know what's going to happen. This is not fear mongering, but I'm giving you an awareness about the situation. The hour is late, and I believe very strongly that the four horsemen of the apocalypse are going to be released. First being the white horse with the white rider with the bow is Antichrist. The second rider, the red horse with a great sword. Global war. A quarter of humanity will die in that global war. And I believe we are at the doorsteps of that. The third, the black horse with the man with the two scales, is going to be hyperinflation, famine, poverty in great scale. And the last one is the pale horse or the gray horse with death and hell follows behind. The results of war, the deception of Antichrist, death and famine and sickness will cause a lot of death. And if those people are not saved, they're going straight down to hell. Please pray. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the world peace. But as my God has said, the day of wrath is fast approaching. You better be ready.